You said you bounced around New York growing up. I
Yeah.
was basically kind of the same way. Where I grew up in Rockland, it was honestly like kind of a boxing desert. Like there'd
Mm.
be times you get out from New York City and there'd be little pockets where it was like hard to find somewhere to train or whatever. Was that ever something you experienced growing up, or was boxing very like accessible to you as a kid?
Nah, that's exactly what happened, when I was inside the boroughs, I used to live in the boroughs and I lived in Brooklyn. There's a boxing gym almost everywhere in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And even in Queens, the Bronx, like the city has a lot of boxing gyms. It wasn't until I moved to Long Island where it started being a little bit difficult to get a gym because not that there are not a lot of boxing gyms in Long Island, because we ended up finding them as the journey went on. It's just a lot of them are like not on Google. A lot of, we didn't know a lot of people. You feel me? Like on Long Island, for me, and like we kind of just had to figure it out. And I didn't get a boxing gym um until about almost 2 years till when I moved to Long Island.
Yeah, bro. I don't think people understand that about New York fighters is like that's not a COVID thing. That's for
Right,
years thing.
right.
Like it's not always easy for us to find a place to go.
Yeah, 100%, bro. Like, you say you're from Rockland. Where is that?
So like Rockland's probably like 20 miles north of the GWB.
Okay, so it's like right outside the Bronx,
Yeah.
like the Westchester type of area.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you're right there. You're mad close. Yeah.
But where I grew up, right? For whatever reason, I was just in one of those areas where it wasn't popular. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There was like a place you could do MMA, and then there was like a kickboxing gym for yoga moms,
Exactly.
but there was never like some real shit. And then I'd find one, and then it would close down, and then it was just
Yeah.
I was like a what's that word? Like a traveler. I was traveling around gym to gym forever. You know what I'm saying? I think a
Yeah.
lot of New York fighters go through that.
And that's a fact too. Like, I'll give you a story. When I first moved out here and I was really trying to find a boxing gym, um, and I'm probably about 13, 14 at the time, you know? And it's just like, all right, cool. I seen this boxing gym on Google that they say it's like about an hour and a half walk away from me. I'm like, all right, fuck it, we're gonna go.
Hour and a
So
half walk.
yeah,
Fuck
cool. So boom, I walk, and I'm new to the area too, so I don't really know the area. So I'm like kind of like figuring out the blocks just like that as I'm going. I get to the gym. It's a wrestling gym, a pro wrestling gym, who has a boxing coach there. You feel me? He gets there, I talk to him a bit. He does some power work with me. But then he tries to charge me ridiculous prices, try to charge me ridiculous prices. So then, I'm still willing to pay, but I'm not the one paying with my dad at the time. So, I go home, I talk to my dad, and my dad's like, bro, I'm not paying him for boxing. I'm not gonna do that. Cause I ain't gonna lie, bro was charging like despicable amounts, bro. I'd say what he was charging about $500 per session, and
Jesus,
it was
dude.
yeah. My dad was like, bro, yeah, no, I'm not doing that, bro.
I would put money on that he did that partly too, because if you showed up solo, he was like, "Oh, that's not like an adult to question me."
I could see that too, because I was literally
There's like
like,
some finesse.
yeah, yeah, he seen the opportunity, he jumped on it.
Yeah, bro. I always like to bring that up with New York fighters. I don't think that's a story that gets told a lot. It's just like that's part because we used to be the place for boxing. You know
Yes,
what I'm saying? New York was like Mecca of boxing. That's why they call
you're
MS
like,
the Mecca of boxing.
yeah,
There's a reason that there's so that I think that's also too like being a New York guy. When we see guys like you, it's like fuck yeah, dude. He figured it out. Like he figured
yeah,
out where he could get his shit done because I
hell
know
yeah,
how hard that is.
bro. It was a journey, bro, and that's like you said, that is a very underrated part of the journey. Because not as I'm thinking about it, that's something I never really gave too much thought to as to how hard it was to even find a gym. You know, like I moved in November of 2016. I didn't start consistently training until 2018.
And I noticed the difference too, like going to like had to go to California for work a couple of times, and being out there, every time I would go out there, it was so easy for me to get into some boxing shit. Cause like,
Yeah,
oh, fucking wild card is a 20-minute drive or what,
yeah,
whatever. And I just pop into random gyms, I do a workout, and I was like, damn, why can't I do this at home?
New York, yeah.
Because it's not the same type of opportunities.